Hey everybody, welcome to my face fronting podcast, the Judith Daniel LC podcast, where I give tips and all the things for you guys to have a better understanding of what is going on and how to better regulate your life and put the power back in your hands, which is the ultimate goal, right, of everything that I do. And if you've seen lately, I have recently done a collab with my other company, The Blessed Seed, where we are gearing up and getting ready for the Futures Club, the next session that's starting May 3rd, 2026. And yes, I do have notes because I get off track very easily. I can talk for days and I'm very passionate about it. So I want to make sure to get all the important information out there first. So today we are just going to do that. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I usually don't do front facing unless I'm with my client. We're doing our calls, or we're in the session of the Futures Club. Because I feel like, and maybe this is the Lord breaking me out of my shell, but I feel like you are what is important. And I don't want to have any distraction for that. I don't want to add to any distraction. I don't want anything to be, because it's not about me. So sometimes I feel better when I'm just giving my voice, because I want you to know how important you are. And that's the real reason that we're here. So I don't mind being on camera. A little background about me. I've been an actress for like 25 years or so. A little more than that, but who's counting them years? And so I'm okay with being on camera. You know what I mean? I'm okay with, no makeup, no nothing, depending on what the role called for, right? And being in all different elements and securities and insecurities and closeness and, being far away from people. So that doesn't bother me. But if I feel like what I'm doing, because my face is showing that there's a distraction or you can't really hear what I'm saying because now you're thinking about other things, I would definitely go back to a faceless me. And again, when we're in the sessions, doing the live coaching or what have you, or when we're in the Futures Club sessions, cameras on, right? Because I want to see you. I want to see that aha moment in your eyes. And I want you to see, because you can feel it a little better when you can see somebody, you know what I mean? So for the important things, yes, I'm all in. It doesn't matter. But when it comes to information, I like to just give the information. But after highly watching and listening and understanding, I was given the instruction and hey, why not? So this is me taking the advice, being a little more personal, letting you see a little bit more of me so that you would feel more comfortable and you would understand, yes, I am a real person. Yes, I do have flaws and all. And yes, I'm still going to do this because this is what I'm called to do. So to get some of the, what do we want to call it? I'll just say the information out the way. And I may start all of it like this, going back to, before we had fun, we got solidified in what was going on. So my website, or the one that we're pertaining to today for the Judith Daniel LC or Judith Daniel Life Coaching podcast, and all the things under that is judithdaniellc.com. Clear cut, simple, easy to remember. Go over there and check everything out and you'll see what we have going on. So now I will do a short video of a website walkthrough, probably right behind this one. I'm going to do several today. So if you see me in the same shirt, just know it was on the same day at the same time, and I'm not, out in these streets crazy. But, so some of the services that I offer. Layered affirmations. So now, and I want to also say that things are for free for a reason, right? And then the things that are not free are for a reason. So on my website, because my whole thing is, I founded this company in particular with the Futures Club in mind. as a suicide prevention entity. Because I myself think that that should be taken off the table as an option. Leaving early should not be the thing that rolls through your mind, because you're here for a reason and you're worth so much more than giving up your turn early. I don't know if everyone is aware of that or not, or because of their circumstances they seem so weighed down that they can't get past that. But that does not have to be an option. And I'm here to help and show you why. And in discovering and doing my many years of research on doing that, on suicide, the statistics, where exactly does that happen the most? And I came across some fun facts that were eye-opening, you know? And it's not what you think. For example, just one piece of information, then we'll get back to what I'm doing, because I get passionate and I want to talk about it now. Females and male-borns, let me say it straight like that. The undertone of you, right? They have a different way of making a plea for help. When a woman, a girl, a lady, a female says, I'm going to, it's normally a plea for help. Somebody stop me. I have no more choices, I feel like, and I just need help. Please help, because I don't know what else to do. Of course, I don't want to do this. But it seems like that's the only thing that's next, right? When it comes to men, males, boys, gentlemen, they are so decisive. They are so, as a matter of fact, that once that comes out of their mouth, or once they've decided this is what I'm going to do, 90 to 97% of the time, that is what's going to happen. I don't take it lightly, even though on Threads it's a whole different story, but he was talking about biscuits and peanut butter from Popeyes. I made a mistake. I laughed. Go over to Threads, search something of me. I think I'm under Queen Daniel on Threads, and you'll see what I'm talking about. He was joking. He's still doing well. You know, it was just what was said was hilarious to me in my heart. And then I got angry with myself for laughing because, gosh darn it, I stand for helping people with this issue. And I'm over here cracking jokes with everybody else. So, but I understand the vibe of Threads now. That is my let my hair down. If you ever want to catch me outside of work, I'll be at the Threads bar. But, and oh my goodness, they have the best everything there. But back on subject. See what I'm saying? This is why I have to write stuff down, you guys. So, with that being said, when a man, a male, a boy, born, I don't care who you want to be. I don't care who you feel like you should be. That's none of my business, first of all. That's why I say I don't care, because do you, whatever you want to do. But when it comes to physicalities and the way we were presented in this world, there are differences between the males and the females. Okay? You can change your outer appearance as much as you would like. You do you. It's nobody else's business, right? Unless you have a problem with it, but you're trying to fit in, or you're doing it for adverse reasons, then I have a problem with it. And then I want you to come talk to me. Then I want to sit down with you. If you're trying to change things physically, I would love to show you some videos to please watch first. Give you my 2 cents on it. But remember that the final decision is always going to be yours. That's one of the greatest things about this. Our comeback story is up to us. Our what we want to do is up to us. But if we don't know where to start, if we're having a hard time even getting to a point of from A to A and a half, to be, yes, I said 8.5, it's a very hard thing. This life looks like a very hard thing that nobody can really do without being corrupt. And we've seen that story a lot of times, right? And there were actually ways to go about it without doing that, right? So when I'm saying to you, or I'm speaking, I'm not trying to offend anyone. Okay? It's your heart I want. It's your mind I'm trying to preserve. It's the fact that I forgot to put my stuff on Do Not Disturb that I do not enjoy. So, one thing you learn about me is that life is life. This is important too. That's okay. I can get to that in just a minute because you're important too. I do not like to do a lot of edits. I don't like to take out the bad just to show the good. Why? Because life is happening every moment of our day. So it would be unfair for me to just show you all the good stuff. It would be very unfair for me to just act like, well, my life is perfect and I don't have anyone running around. You can't hear the dogs in the background and, I'm in this prestigious... No. And I think that's one of the things I'm hoping is why my students enjoy my presence and me talking to them, because it feels transparent and it feels real and it feels like, oh, she's one of us. Okay. Because in fact, I am one of you, right? So again, if I can get back to this and y'all stop getting me off subject, let's focus here. One of the things that we have to understand about the male is that when he makes up his mind is made up. So I take it highly into recommendation. If a gentleman that you see, love, talk to here, sense the emotion of something is not well, we do a mental check. We do a, hey, what's up? How you feeling today? What you thinking about? Because your eyes are looking like. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that I care for men more than I care for women. I'm saying that it's a different approach that we need because we have to be forward with men. We have to be direct in what we're saying. And we need to understand, what are you really saying, right? Because if we can't understand it, we can't help it. But if we know that when a man says, I'm tired of this life, I don't want to be here no more, we should take that absolutely serious in the moment. Because that next moment, they may not have hesitated. They may not have thought about it for a second or like, what did I just say? But when they get on such a high emotion and passion about a situation, that's what they're sticking to. Even if they're working, if they are focused and honed in on that, that is what they're sticking to at that time. Nothing else matters. It's all compartmentalized and pushed to the back. So that's what I'm saying. When we're dealing with mental health, when we're dealing with gentlemen, take it serious. It's not a joke. And to the men that may be watching, to the ones that are, just kind of clicked on and see what's up with this, thank you, first of all. Because I'm not one of those loud, boisterous, theatrical, to get your attention. I believe that the Lord leads the people to the places, but we have to be on our post. So I'm going to be on my post. And I thank you for tuning in and chiming in, and if you want to, in the comments below. But please know that we understand that you guys get hurt. We understand, and we see some of the absolutely absurd things that people do to men, be it in a relationship, be it a mother-son relationship, be it a father-son relationship, being a father, uncle, nephew relationship, being the woman of your dreams relationship, right? Any type of relationship. We understand. I'm speaking for all of us, but maybe, I don't know if I shouldn't or should, but I understand that you have feelings. I understand that those feelings can be hurt. I understand you can sit there like, what the at some of the things that have happened to you, some of the things you had to go through, the point of view that you may have that you're like, why the is this life so hard for us? That you never have a chance to breathe. That maybe you're dealing with a mother of your child situation and you have no idea why they can't come down from 10 towards you. You have no idea why they can't move on and just think about things a second before they just start throwing and doing things because it looks crazy. It's problematic. And it raises blood pressure. And I'm not talking being funny. I'm talking about literally there's a physical thing that happens when you're under stress. And if you're under constant stress, how do you expect to live this life? How do you expect to be productive and want to do more than what is necessary? How do you... It's almost like, what do they think is about to happen here with them doing all this to me? Like the relationship's going to get better? I understand that. And I absolutely can see how it's absurd. And that is no laughing matter. Because just like us, you guys have hearts too. And just like us, we can be devastated. Y'all can be devastated too. And just like us, sometimes we love someone so hard that the hurt goes so deep that we can't snap out of it. That we can't bring ourselves to rationalize there is better after this. There is more after this. I can elevate. I do not have to be in this situation my whole life. I do not have to feel like this my whole life. If I can give it time, and if I can go back in and start focusing on me, I can come out of this. Because sometimes the world romanticizes toxicity. It is an applaud with a woman going crazy on you. And it seems like the whole world feels that same way. Like there are some things that are sacred that we should not do, that I have seen done. And it disrupts my soul because I'm like, okay, first of all, we don't play with men like that. Do you know how strong they are? Do you understand the strength of even the most frailest, most littlest little man? They have this godlike strength that can come out of nowhere that we do not have. Yes, we are strong, but not that strong. We're not like that. So when women are playing with men and doing these things and they are still alive, I appreciate the man. I have seen where a woman thought it was funny to remove a gentleman's locks. Excuse me. And recorded it. And maybe you all have seen the same one as well. And then laughed at the gentleman because he was cheating or there was infidelity or something had happened. And I'm sitting there like, but if you know this, why haven't you left? Why is it up to you to get him back? Why is there so much of your time being spent on what no longer matters to you, what no longer is treating you well. Why don't you care enough about yourself to be like, oh, this what you think I'm worth? Oh, you think it's okay to do that to me? Cool. And then you remove yourself from the situation. I don't understand that because I could chuck the deuces, in 0.6 seconds. But that's only because I'm in tune with me. And I know my worth. And I know what I stand for and what I don't. And I know what I like and what I like to give chances to. And because I can read energy, I know what is worth my time to invest in and to be like, let me give this a second. Let me just try for a second. Let's talk about some stuff so that we can kind of decide what is happening here. What would you like to do? Are you doing this because you're trying to hurt me? Or are you doing this because you don't really understand any better? And guess what? Sometimes people don't really understand any better. Not that they don't know right from wrong, but if this is how they grew up, this is always what they saw, this is the mix that they're in and have been, and their uncles have been, and their dad has been, and every time they see somebody, this is the example they're given, they would think like, yeah, that's what's up. But when we don't take the time to actually talk it out, and we move too fast and do stuff that we can't come back from, that's where the problem lies. And when we're not thinking enough about ourselves to be like, hey, we just need some distance anyway for now because you're doing, right? And yeah, I'm a life coach. I'm also a mother. I'm also someone's daughter. I'm also somebody's cousin. Okay? So I've seen this world just like y'all have seen this world. And I think it's more fair for me to just be myself than to act like I'm up here. Because the truth be told, I'm not up here. I just have a little more information. But once I give you that information, now we're back to being equals. That's how it should work in a perfect world, right? And then now you have the information that I have, but you can, put it with your situation to a way that it makes sense. Nobody is less than anybody. We're just all on a different journey. And that's why I don't like when people are like, why I'm not worth, I don't have, what? Why don't you? Is that something you don't want to have? Because that's the only reason why you wouldn't have it is because you don't want to. It's not because you can't. Nothing is not because you can't. Because you absolutely can. If you want to. That's what it boils down to. And I think a lot of people like to, again, romanticize the idea of, well, if I don't have that, there's no way I can. That's not true. Because maybe you don't have it today, but who said you can't have it tomorrow? So, before I go into the next thing, and this might be a little longer just because it's just the first one I kind of want to, and once I get on a roll, I'm like, I want to go. I want to keep, there's no red lights, But when a man says, I'm having an issue with this, I don't feel good, I don't want to be here, this is and it's getting on and you're driving me up the mother wall, somebody needs to check on that man. Okay? When I hear a woman screaming for help, when I see the tears, when I see the distress, that is more of a, hey, let's calm you down. You want to go have a talk with me? You want to go get something to eat, something to drink? We want to sit down and have a talk. Do you want to just go sit by the water? That's my go-to anyway. Do you want to go and let the breeze hit you? You know what I mean? And I'm not in California anymore, but that's okay because I can find water anywhere. I can find the peace I'm looking for anywhere, and it usually starts inside. So make sure to check on people before you make fun of people, before you act like what they're going through doesn't matter, or like you must be I hear the phrase simp used, geared at men, but I don't even understand how that can be. Because he's a simp, why? See, some of the stuff that people say don't make sense to me, and maybe it's just because I don't think the same way, but because he's a nice guy, because he shows self-control, because he's mild-mannered, because he's nice and genuine and intentional, because he's keeping you in mind when he does stuff, and he checks on you, and he thinks about what you may need, and he understands that he should be patient, that makes him that? Or does that make him the guy of our dreams that we are all looking for? But because society says, and we're, leaning on the Instagram world here, and we want to keep up with them, that a gentleman no longer is a gentleman. He's beneath us. I need somebody in the comments to break that down. Because if somebody is going out of their way to make sure I'm good, that makes me feel good. Or is that just too right? And that is just too simple that would make sense for him to do, being a king and all. But the ones that hit on the women, the ones that talk down to the women and call them names, the ones that have all the muscles in the world but no sense, and think that they are, big, right? That's the one, right? Or do we have something backwards? Or possibly from the male point of view, when they don't want the one who's really, really okay with herself, who knows how to cook food on the stove, who understands that you have needs that she would like to cater to. To checking on you and your mental health and your body and what you might need. But because she is kind, because she is mild-mannered, because she understands herself and knows how to regulate her mouth and doesn't show everything she got to offer out there, she's boring and unworthy of love because she's not showcasing herself. And she's not shiny. So you think there's no adventure there. Okay. I would have you to take a second look. Because we got secrets. So, start basing your understanding and what you want and what you really want based off of you and what you actually really want, and not what society standards say is the thing to do. This is where you're going to have the most fun. Because I tell you what, being with a mild-mannered man, and we can make a lot of money behind closed doors where everybody don't know our business, so then we can enjoy our money and not give it all away or have people upset with us because we said no, seems far more lovely. than to be on Front Street and not really having it together, but we got to say we do because everybody think we do, so we got to say what they want to hear. Oh. I said that to say that one of the main reasons that I am here, and my passion is based off of Psalm 61. You can go ahead and read it. You can Bible Gateway it, however you want to get to it. Is to take the chains off. It's to take you out of bondage and bring you back into yourself and loving yourself and understanding yourself and what you need and quieting the noise external to you, because you're the only one that has to walk through those shoes. You are the only one who has to live with the decisions you make about you. And you want those to be very good decisions based on what you really want and not what people tell you you have to have or what you want. Or because you're this tall, you might as well play basketball. Can't do nothing else. Can't be no doctor. Can't be no dentist. Basketball. And you're like, but I'm a musician. But I guess because, dad went and or mom had, so I have to do and I have to go and have. There comes a time when you need to start investing in who you are and who you really want to be and what your calling really is. And understanding that you are the most important in your world. Your word to yourself is the most important. So going back to some of these services that I offer, because I have a good time with this. I don't know about you guys, or if you found your purpose in life, or if you know exactly what you're supposed to be here doing, but mine is to show you that you have wings, teach you how to fly, and help you maintain that altitude. Because so many times we're pushed down, and we're weighed down, and we're boggled down, and we're defeated, and everything is going south, right? That if only you had a hand to try to help pull you up, you can make it. It's a done deal. If you had this little tiny bit of knowledge, that would send you centuries down the road in the way you want it to go and get there. But there's a lot of times that we let that surrounding noise mess with our mind and get us out of our element. And I'm tired of seeing people go down when they should have flown. I'm tired of people having to sit where they are and think that that's all they'll ever have, when that's not true at all. There is nothing stopping you. What if I told you that? Would you believe me? There's nothing stopping you. There is nothing you can't do. You can do everything you want to do. Whatever is on your mind right now, you can do it. And the hardest thing to do is to bring it out of your head and into our world. But once you do that, it's game time. And you're already winning. You're like, Jay, how you say that? Well, think about it. What does everything take? Two things. Knowledge and practice. And that knowledge, okay, what exactly do we need to do? Oh, and is that going to cost money, or can I just do it now with the understanding that I have? Oh, I'm going to need some stuff. Okay, so that knowledge will take you to the resources, will take you down that rabbit hole, will get you where you need to go, because all you have to do is believe. And I'm sorry to tell you, but faith is a higher currency than the dollar. Because faith can put the dollar in your hands. But they don't tell you that. I am here based off of that logic. And then the second thing that you have to do is to practice. And get a better understanding and practice. And then find some more information and practice. And then scratch that off because it didn't work and practice. And you can do every single thing you want to do. But if we don't know that, and we're going by society rules that says if you don't have the money, you're not the king. If you don't have the money, where do you think you're going? That's not exactly true. So I'm here to lay down those lies and to help us to fly. I kind of rhyme. But if I was spitting bars, I win. So I offer layered affirmations. I just got done with that series. That's one of the newest things that I've gotten done with because I've been doing it for myself. And I do one where I play it in the morning with my rituals of my different things that I do when I start my day. And then I have one of me speaking to myself, my future self, from the future to who I am right now. Why? Because my voice has to be the loudest in anything that I hear, do, see, or want. And it has to be on my terms. And we know that when we focus on things, and we can visualize those things, and they can stay in our mind for a set period of time, they'll embed itself in our subconscious, and we can live that life out a little more easier with that kind of help. It seems too simple. That's why people don't give it a chance sometimes, because they think, well, all the gurus say, and they over here, and you got to pay to, and you, no. It comes back to you. So my layered affirmations that I have already up there are on YouTube, and they are free. I do have a section where I can do personalized affirmations, but that's after you've exhausted what I have already. And I do show instruction on how they work, how they penetrate, and then what happens, and then what you'll notice kind of when you're going through it. And then once you're ready and you're like, you know what? This is for me. I can see the difference. Even with the free ones, I can see the difference. Then we go into it and we want to get that deeper embedded in you. And we go to personalized layered affirmations. And then after that, we can also go into hypnotic courses, right? This little piece of skin on my lip is bugging me the fuck out. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I've been trying to tear it off. Anyways. Okay. We can go a little bit deeper and then get into hypnosis. And then that is transformational in itself. Take for somebody who couldn't get on elevators because I just felt dread every time I got on an elevator. Doors closed, I'm dead. Why did I even get on that? Why did I kill myself right now? I don't even know. I shouldn't have did that. Oh my gosh. I'll never see my babies again. Like, that is how bad it was. And then this amazing man, one of my good friends, who's also a hypnotist, or hypnotherapist, or however you guys want to deem that term. So I'm going to go look it up. Because I said, what's wrong with me? He's like, well, this would probably help, but I know you don't believe stuff unless you go do it yourself, so take your ass and go look it up. And he pointed me in the right direction. Oh, I love you, Mark. And then I was like, ooh, because I went and told him what I found, right? So I'm like, ooh, he was like, yeah, see? And then, because he wanted me to know for myself that he wasn't just giving me no, and It's my understanding of it. I don't know. But maybe because I got a smart mouth, so he knew I was just going to be like, and he was like, I don't even want to hear it. Just go look it up. Go see what's going on. Go see what it's about. And then you come back and talk to me. So I would be like, you said, I don't even know. Then I could say it for myself. So then I tried a little bit of them. First one I started with was Brain Garage. I don't even know if they're around anymore. And then Joseph Clough. And it was his voice. It was the message. It was the fact that I could calm down enough to let it penetrate. And repeatedly. So it is like medication, 30 days worth at a time. And then I started working at a law office on the 18th floor, riding the elevator 2-3 times a day every day. Even got stuck on it once. Had no issues. I was able to wait and be calm, just like this. And be in there by myself and not have that dread. So these things do work if you give yourself a chance, because you're worth it to have the benefits of whatever you are seeking. So then past the layered affirmations, and I do have them for occupational and just kind of some general ones, right? So you'll have to look through the list and figure out what works for you. Yes, repetition is key because you want to get it embedded. You want to listen every chance you get. And you don't have to listen to understand. You have to listen for it to sink in, because your subconscious is very smart and it catches on to those things that you can't. And these are not subliminal messages, because if that was the case, it would be like you couldn't see it, you couldn't hear it, but it was there, right? This, you'll hear the talking, you'll hear it sounds like mumble on top of each other, but that's because it's layered affirmations, right? So then when you're listening to it, it's just sinking in. Like while you're washing the dishes, you let it play. I know mine in the morning, I go ahead and, I let it play while I'm doing all my other things. Mine is an hour long because I like things to penetrate deeply. I really want the full effects of it. And if you want the full effects from the free one that I have, go ahead and listen to it over and over. But it's amazing. It is highly recommended, a place to start if you've never done hypnosis before, because I want you to see how well your subconscious works if you have the issue of, I don't really want to fall asleep. I don't know how to do this. I don't want somebody taking over my mind and just putting stuff in there. Well, the thing is that hypnosis, and all hypnosis, is self-hypnosis. So you let yourself go as deep as you want to go. You take it in as deeply and as meaningfully as you want to take it in. It's really up to you. I'm just the practitioner. I am just the one that's helping you to get there. I am the one who's speaking the things in order to help you to understand that you still are in charge. But how great would it be if you let me help? And we did this thing together. And it's not like a hypnosis you're just under and you can't come out, and if you don't want to, you absolutely can. But when the change is more what you're seeking, and when the change is what is needed and what you are willing to do to get there, it'll be so peaceful. You'll be so energized when you come out. You just have this sense of newness and relaxation. It's like, why didn't I do this before? And not only that, but you'll start seeing in your day-to-day actions of what's going on around you or how you're reacting, depending on the regimen that you needed or what you wanted it for, how it affects you. And you're like, oh, shoot. This is doing something. I'm feeling better, right? So it's like, how deep do you want to go? That's what the hypnosis is. How much better do you want to feel? What do you want to have relief of? And yes, I'm looking at my notes, but I just be having a good time with the people when I'm doing this. So I'm just having a field day right now. And my little nerdy self is coming out. Okay, so I do life coaching. And that's where we individually talk about what it is you need, what you're trying to get to, how can I help you? What are we trying to do? And I work and am of service on your behalf. Yes. I am catering to you and your needs. Because I know you can get there. So it's like probing questions. We go through different activities. We set goals. And we make them happen because you can make them happen. And that's the only reason I'm successful, is because you want to be successful and you're doing the work. And I'm just showing you that it can be done. The 8 sessions is what I recommend to getting us from that goal started to, I'm good. That is that. Because I am not a forever crutch for you. Hold on, I'm changing positions a little bit. Okay. I am not a forever crutch for you. I don't want to be that. I can't be that. There's too many other people for me to help. So I have to be very good at what I'm doing to get you going and started and on your way. And I don't want to take away from you living your life. I want you to be in charge of that. I want you to understand that you can absolutely do it, right? So when we're doing that and we're going through and then we're checking in and be like, okay, did we get this done? How do you feel? What does that feel like when you've accomplished that thing? Or what does that feel like that you haven't accomplished that thing? Is there a hunger there? What do we need to do next? And then you tell me. And then I help by giving suggestions based on success, based on what your desire is, right? And the aha moment, that moment when you're like, wait, what? And it makes sense. That's what I crave. That's what I love. That's what gives me the ooey gooeys, right? That satisfies me like you would not believe. Because I'm happy for you. I'm genuinely happy we went on this journey. You were able to get it. And now there's nothing stopping you. So then now you feel better. And then now you have goals. Now you have a desire. Now you have a reason to take that off the table as an option. And you see the benefit of what you just did, and you're elevating yourself. So now possibly your pay rate gets better, your quality of life gets better, your vacations get more better, because you have more peace with yourself. And then it takes us to the Futures Club. Now the Futures Club, my baby, my reason, my one. And that is where, as a group, and this is going to be a little different this year because I'm maxing it out and moving it up to 300 in one session. So, and we're doing it online. Now, I like to do the offline because I like to be in your face and I like to really understand, what are you saying? Okay, now say it again. Man, that's brilliant. Because one of the things that I need everybody to understand is that they have something to bring to the table. Just because I'm the facilitator, right? Just because I'm the coach, don't mean that I'm bringing everything to the table. Your mind, your point of reference, your experience with life is valuable. Be it good, bad, or indifferent. It's valuable. Your speaking, your mouth, your words you say, the way you say them, hold weight. And this is not like a school. where the teacher talks, does all the things, teaches you all the things, you be quiet, you do your homework, you blah, blah, blah. No. This is a community. This is where we talk. This is where we share. This is where we hear to understand, and when we don't, we say something. And I am more than happy to be like, oh, yeah, this is what I meant, right? This is where I give the information, but there's a dialogue that is had. This is where camaraderie is built. This is where teamwork and learning to trust again is built. Because about 99% of us have trust issues, whether we admit it or we don't. And this is how we get back to letting go and shedding all the things that messed us up. And then taking in and understanding all the things that make us unique. So that we can live. And we can live good. And we can live proactively. And not just reactively to what someone else is throwing at us and we have to deal with and we have to go with and we have to find a way to fight through. And no. There's another way. So, those are the services that I offer. You've already seen my YouTube videos of my podcast with the tips and all the things, the little snippets of, maybe you haven't thought of this, why don't you try this? If you need to. Pull this out your pocket when you need to. The Futures Club runs for 1 year. You give me 1 year, 1 day a week, and I will give you the ability to have the life you always desired. There is a process to it. It does not happen overnight. It does take time. But when you're there, you're putting in the effort, you're understanding, and you're actually living it out as we're going through it, I know you can get there. There is not a single doubt in my mind. And the first way I know is because you decided to invest in you and take part and participate and do the things that were necessary. So you're willing to do the things that are necessary to get you where you want to be. Just sometimes you don't know how, or the process of where to look, or how to do it and still live and not be paying thousands of millions of dollars for one session's worth of work. Hi, I'm Jay. I like to do things at an affordable price so everybody can participate. And I would hope you know that yes, there is a cost to investing in yourself. Because you are going to reap the rewards for the rest of your life. And to the ones who go through this particular course, and because I've updated the curriculum, because I've written the whole curriculum myself with the help of the Lord, researching what really made sense and helped me to get where I'm at today. We're going to go through those things. And no, this is not a religious thing. However, I don't know any other way to do this life without God. And I'm spiritual. There's a lot of different things that I do to help the full person. And it's not really being under the provision of a church or the bylaws that seem to outrank the Bible and the Word of God. So that I kind of have a problem with. And when I went fully in on just focusing on the relationship with the Lord, the things that He's shown me are and have been amazing. And I want to pass that on to you. And again, every good piece of advice should be taken into consideration. But you decide what you keep and what you let go of, because you may not need it for your journey. And even though we're doing this together, it's still a journey of one. It's still a journey of one. But you don't have to do that journey alone. You have a whole heavenly team rooting for you. Rooting, I don't care who you are. Can I make that clear? If you have a heart, if you're breathing, if you are of a half a sound mind, I might be I'm probably at 3/4 now. if you can do this, there's a whole heavenly team that's rooting for you. Why? Because the Lord looks at the heart. Man looks at the outward appearance. Right? Let's see, they would have you think that that's flipped. But it's not. So whatever you decide, however you decide to present yourself to this world, whatever makes you feel good about you, do that. I'm talking to you because you're watching me. But also because I don't think we hear enough of that. It's not for me to decide what you do for you, who you become, who you are, how you live your life. Because I have no reward nor consequence to what you decide to do. So it's not really my business. It's my business. Or the way the word puts it is, I owe no man anything except to love him. Boom. This is me loving you. Right? And people want to be in other people's business so bad that they make the mistake to think that they can actually think for them. Or that maybe people aren't smart enough to think for themselves. That's not the case. It's really not. Also, on my website, I do have games that I finally created. I think there are 3. There should be 3. And one of them is going back into your past to release those tensions and that thing that holds us. And I wanted to show you that we are no longer in that. You are not where you used to be. That was an experience that you lived, but you are right here today, and those things are not happening. So we need to learn to differentiate that those things happened in the past, but they are not happening right now. And having that correct thinking of taking control of your thoughts when they arise is so beneficial to your future. The other one is if you have a lot of stress, you don't really know how to work your way through it, and you kind of want to be like, okay, let me try what this is. I have that on there. And then I believe there's another, but I don't know what it is right now because I always be doing other stuff. I put it there. I was so excited when I put it there. And then I'm like, this free, this is for them. They can play with it all the time. Go to the site, do the games. And yeah. So you'll have to go and look that one up unless I do like a walkthrough or something, and then I'll do a video for that. But I provide life coaching, hypnosis, layered affirmations, the Futures Club, and the podcast for that particular company. I have a couple. So one, I go a little bit more deeper spiritually with unlocking your actual purpose for being here, with unlocking your spiritual gifts. I do have a book out. You can see those things from the blessedseed.shop. And then that gives all the information, shows you the YouTube channel for that, and where to book your personal spiritual readings with me if you would like to do all the different things that you need to do. But I do have a package going on right now where we're getting to the bottom of things. Unlocking your true self, doing a rebuilding session, and then with the option to go into the prerequisite for the Futures Club, which is also on the website, and then to actually join us on the Futures Club, but then to have that deeper understanding, a little bit more understanding when you're walking in those doors. And when I say walking in the doors, turn on the screen, joining us online. And that is going to start, the Futures Club is May 3rd, 2026. There is a prerequisite course, the Vision Board course, that needs to be completed before that. And that is your, like when you do the prerequisite course, course, the vision board course, that is your payment for the first class, for the orientation. So I'm not trying to double up on the money. I'm not trying to do all those things, but I need you to invest in yourself so you'll stick with it. Because when you invest in yourself, you're more likely, well, I want to get what I was trying to get out of this, right? And then that makes it so much better. Because you're like, I did this. I did this for me. I didn't cut corners. I didn't, try to get the, the cliff notes. I actually did this for myself. And now look what I have. That's where I want to get you. Because I've been criticized. Well, why is that all you're charging? Well, because I know what my overhead costs are. I know what it takes for me to maintain my companies and my business, and I don't need to overcharge people to do the things that I know I need to do. It's almost like a put down. When people say, why is it so cheap? It's not cheap. There's work involved. There's things that have to be done. As far as the monetary payment, I don't look at it as being cheap. I look at it as, I need these people to invest in themselves and understand what they are getting in return. Because then they're going to say, oh, this was nothing. And they're also going to have the realization that everything that they needed for each weekly class, each session that we took, they had the resource for it. Why? Because the faith in them having it put it in their hands. Them saying, I want to do this, being adamant and decisive about it, kept them going. And in everything in life that you're going to do, you have to be adamant and decisive about it in order to keep going. Sure. I love this. I love talking. I'm a neurolinguistic programming practitioner. Some of you may already know that from listening to my podcast, but communication is my so that's what I like to do. Yeah. And if you have any questions, if you're wondering about anything, or you need help, go over to the website, judithdaniellc.com, and let me know. And I would be very, very happy to help you. But again, this was just like an introductory. This is who I am. These are my passions. These are things I want to get off my chest right now. And hopefully you'll still come back next time. It won't be like this though, because I'll have, will be like more like the podcast, the regular ones where I just get straight to the meat and we go forward. But in our sessions, be it individual, be it Futures Club, be it hypnosis, I want it to be like I'm on this journey with you. And I'm here to help. And I only have 12 slots left for the, and I know that's very, very small, but I will put you on a wait list. And, the 8 sessions. I want to give everybody a chance to have their 8. So I have 12 slots left for the life coaching individual sessions that you can go to the website and you can book there, you can ask questions, but I will put up a note once those have been filled, and then I'll put you on a waiting list, and then I call you, or I say, hey, I saw that you signed up for this, and are you still interested in the life coaching sessions? And you can say yes. And the good thing is about it is I don't want everything all up front, because I know that life happens. But this is what I'm recommending. And then you decide how you want to go about doing the things. And then we do it that way. Why? Because I'm here to serve you. You understand that? Do you know what that means? That I'm here on your behalf. I'm here to help you. What are your needs? That's what the important thing is. I feel good. I hope y'all feel good. I hope you're not bored out of your mind. Or maybe it's good to be bored out of our mind sometimes and just sit and have that peace for a second. because this Futures Club is getting ready to be off the chain, if I do say so myself. Some of the experiences that I have been having, and that's good, when I go and was refreshing the course and putting it up to date and getting it how exactly I wanted it to be, I think you'll really enjoy. And there will be so much benefit in it. But more information on the website, judithdaniellc.com. And I will talk to you next time. All right. Deuces.